Hey everyone, Gavin here from CME. We're down here in the studio, and today we have a special guest with us, Felipe, founder of Beetronics pedals, and he's come all the way from Los Angeles to be with us here today. And today we're checking out their brand new pedal, the Wannabee. It is a dual drive, but it's got a lot of other really cool things going on with it as well. So it's two-sided. It's a Klon on one side and a Bluesbreaker on the other. Yeah. Two classic circuits. What made you want to design a pedal around those two?
I guess it is called Wannabee because of that, because it wants to be something else, and
Right.
it's kind of like just a funny thing. But I actually love the Bluesbreaker personally. Like I've played, many pedals that are Bluesbreaker inspired. And for a long time I had a KTR Klon, and those were like main things on my board, and especially the Bluesbreaker lately that I've been playing more like cleaner stuff. I love it, for that, just like the sparkle that it does. So I wanted to have one that was actually my pedal,
Right.
so I could play it. So that was one of the probably
Kind of
one
an
of the
homage
things. Was
to
kind of
your
like
favorites.
yeah, some of my favorites, and we are known for either the fuzzy or the crazy insane things. So the Wannabee, it's almost like unusual for us in some way, This was kind of like how most of the stuff in the brand has happened. It's like things that I liked personally and that I wanted for myself. That was how I started making pedals, so it made sense.
So Beetronics is very well known for their kind of outrageous, really striking colors. This one's no different. What can you tell me about the design behind this one?
Yeah, so this one, I did this together with my friend Caramuru from Brazil. Is actually an artist, incredible artist from Brazil. We wanted to make something which it's kind of like funny, because you think of these classic circuits and you don't think of a young look to that sound, like it's a node thing. And I was like, no, you gotta make it look, like a
kind of fresh, fresh take.
Yeah, so I wanted, very colorful and very different in that. And I think we've come from a few designs that were very, that don't really explain much of the pedal per se. Like, if you grab pedals like the Zombie and the CB, they're pretty crazy and out there. We label somewhat, but sometimes we kind of like, all right, let's let it go, on that. Because I personally, I don't usually care. I know the pedals that I have, and I'm not reading anything.
Learn the setup. And
but the Wannabee, I wanted to be very, somewhat, that you look and you're like, right, this is happening. So yeah, we wanted to do something, very Beetronics-alike, but very young, then to contrast with the actual classic sound and not go in on a boring look, So I guess we don't usually do the boring look anyway. So
I definitely wouldn't say that about any of your pedals.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I really like wanted you to talk about the routing system, which is very cool with a dual drive to be able to have all these different sounds. So why don't you walk us through that?
I feel like that's probably the coolest thing of the pedal, and that's actually also a little bit of my personality, a little bit touched in wanting to have the parallel in there. One of my guys who work with me is Felipe Alberti, who designed actually, all the whole circuit thing. And one of my main things was like, we gotta have the parallel. no matter what. And it is an intricate thing to do. You know, most of the dual drives that you see have like A into B or B into A, but
Right.
rarely, I don't think of any that really has the parallel. And if you think of like how we had it from the Royal Jelly, which has the parallel of fuzz and drive, has always been a thing that I like. With this pedal, you can do, the left side onto the right side, so Bluesbreaker into Klon, Klon into Bluesbreaker, but you can also run them in parallel and use the volume controls to mix and level that. I feel like that on a band dynamic, for example, if you are like the one guitar player playing in a band and you are in the verse section and you have only one of those, whenever you add the second one, it doesn't feel like something came in your signal chain and changed it. It feels more like somebody added a second amp and like, all right, chorus, boom, and you drop it and you're like, all right, it feels good, because the other sound remains there, the sound that was playing. So for me, was a feature like a must-have. If we're gonna have a dual drive, has to have the parallel feature. So, and then running one into the other as well, it gives you so many possibilities because the pedal already has, each one of the circuits has the 3 toggle position, which gives you flavors for each one, and we can go into those. But that summed up with the options of this into this or that into that, like it just gives you like it's a lot of sound.
Go ahead and describe the kind of voicings or flavors for each side. Why don't you explain?
The Bluesbreaker-ish side, it has this, the 3 position, which is the bottom one. I don't know if should I grab this or not, but on the left side we have the Bluesbreaker inspired circuit. Those are not, by the way, full copies of we always a little bit crazier, so our things always have somewhat of the Beetronics edge to it. But on the left side we have this Bluesbreaker inspired circuit, which the bottom toggle switch is the one that you're going to control for those tone flavors, and to the right we have a very full and fat bottom that pops up, and it distorts more of the low end as well, so it gets a much more big and fat sound. While the Bluesbreaker is a lot known for for the sparkle and the cleaner vibes, this one, like if you throw it there and you crank it up, depending on if you have a guitar that you're playing that's more thin and you don't want that, or it's really cool for that. To the left is the thinner type of sound, the more traditional Bluesbreaker, and in the center you are somewhere in between, so it's really cool. It really adds like this one is very apparent, like the difference is huge from one to the other. On the Klon side, on the right side, we have the clean blend separate. So like on a Klon there is usually the dual gang pot where you have the clean blending in, and on this one we have the separate, so you can have you could set on a low gain and not have the clean blend, or you can set on a low gain and have the clean blend as well. But you can also do a high gain, higher gain, and set. You can, basically they're separate, but they're presetted. Like if you set to the left you have no clean blend, and to the right you have the usual maximum of clean blend, and then in the middle it's somewhere in between.
The Beetronics Wannabee is on the website now. It is out. Come down to the store, check it out. We have the whole line, including a bunch of custom shop Beetronics pedals. If you have any questions, call us, chat us. Even better, come into the store, try these out. Felipe, thank you so much for coming to Chicago. Enjoy your night tonight, and you're welcome anytime.
I certainly will. Thank you for having me. I love it here.